Alright, now we're going to get serious about going out here and finding that medicine chest and getting this character leveled up. I don't want to stall out here. I'm making pretty good progress. You can see we've killed a lot of stuff. Hit the tab key, see if I'm going the right way. Things to kill. Let's bring up our zombies. Get them all three going. So I'm going to try and use a little strategy now of hitting people with the freeze and then following it up with fire. I have a tendency to kind of pick up everything at first, and then when I come back and start getting full, then I get more selective of what I'll pick up.
I need more mana.
I think that's a bad habit. I think in this game, despite the fact I'll probably not follow my own advice, I think you want to be kind of, the word I'm looking for is just very particular on what you're going to actually pick up. Because tell you what, you're gonna find a lot of junk, and you don't have a pet or any way that I've seen to take it back. It just lays out here. What I would say, I think, is that if you were gonna play hardcore and you're real serious about keeping the character alive, and they have leaderboards and rankings and things like that, having your character go back to camp, really build your character up slowly, is probably pretty good for your survivability. And there was my portal I made. Go away. Whoa. They're raining fire down on me, and that took out my zombies. I'm gonna get them back up and going again, and take that person out. So this person's kind of another mini boss of sorts. They're gonna be a bit of a challenge, it looks like. I want to get my mana back. Now this is, I told you, there's a little bit more challenge in this game, even here in the first act, than what you would have, I think, in Diablo 3. To be a little more strategic. I'm having to run around away from her. It's still not gonna be really hard, I'm sure. And I got her, but a little bit more skill required. So I think you always want to try to take the blue stuff first, and then this other stuff's just not going to be as valuable. Now, I like that medium life fast. So see, this recovers 60 life over 6 seconds. This requires 100 life over 6.5 seconds. So I would be well off swapping those out. And so I have a little bit bigger vase. I'm going to actually move that to the front slot, and that'll slowly fill up for me as I go. As it says there, refills as you kill monsters. So their death is my life, essentially. As I kill things, that'll start filling up. Trying to dodge a little bit there. You'll notice if I run over this, I catch on fire. So these are kind of like traps at some point. I'll usually pick up rings and orbs and things because they're small. Even if you don't need them, they're not taking up the space in your inventory. So I could be a lot more effective here if I get my zombies up and going. And you'll notice here, down here in this medium life vase, that it started filling up. I could have seen myself running into trouble a little bit there, putting an empty vase in my #1 slot, not not being used to using 2 and 3. Zoom in a little bit so you can get a good look at the some of the graphics here. Use my tab to look at the map, see what I've covered. I'm going to level up my gym.
I need more mana.
Get my zombies back up and going. I tend to fight pretty lazily until things get tough, and then I'm frantically trying to save myself, and it's not always easy. Okay, I'm going to use my tab key again to make sure I'm following my map, and I'm, you know, having to explore to find that medicine chest. I still haven't found it. I'm pretty sure I'm in the right map. Ooh, so I got another gem here. That's probably one on first glance, so I don't think I'm going to have a lot of value with it because it's a melee. It's an attack melee gem, and it's also a double strike, meaning you'd have to have 2 weapons. So, but you know, we're here to experiment. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. We got pretty much equal stuff here, and a green gem. Leave my zombies alone. Leave my zombies alone. All right, I'm gonna put my glass shank up there, and I'm gonna drag this green orb into my cool boots, and we'll see here that I have a double strike. Performs 2 fast attacks with your main hand melee weapon. So that's not a dual strike, it's a double strike. So we'll see if that works with my wand. It is a melee attack, so I don't think I'm going to get anything. There's where she does it right there. Let's watch her do it to this guy. Ooh, that's pretty tough. But for this, I need some AoE type damage for these guys. Get my zombies back up. Probably a good idea to always have my zombies up. I feel the mana need a little more than I have in a while. So let's try that double strike again. Could be effective. I want to find this medicine chest, so we're gonna do what we can to find that. Seems like I get some stuttering when I come into this map. A little bit of stuttering. Okay, let's I'm gonna start trying to leave some stuff down so I don't have to go back as much. I don't think I have another portal, so I need to get away from him.
I need more mana.
One-handed sword. I wonder if she can carry that. Not enough strength. It's not taking up too much space. None of this stuff is worth much. So we keep moving through this. I'm gonna work a little harder to find like where some of these things might be. Looking for this medicine chest. I might be missing an obvious item. So there's something that this guy wants me to do here. So I don't know what it is yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and venture in a little bit so you can see the look of the area. This is getting tougher. These guys are coming at me. And I have leveled up my green gem, but it's telling me right here that I need to be level 5 before I can level up my raised zombie gem. Make some mana, raise another zombie. Alright, let's go on. Boom. Boom.
I
So
think
now
this
I'm
ray class will serve.
leveled up again. And at this point we can jump in here and see, can we unlock this? We certainly can. So I added 30 of my intelligence by essentially pulling these skill points around here to unlock this one that's you know, a little bit more powerful than the rest. And then that's of course going to allow me to start venturing into these as well. Character's getting stronger. So, but what I need to do now is go back and retrace. You know, part of these let's play things is so that you can see just what it's like to play the game. If I knew every little bit about it and was just doing it like a tutorial or something, it wouldn't be a play video, it'd be a tutorial video. So we're kind of discovering it together, so to speak. You get to kind of play along with. And you can like leave all the comments about how horrible of a player I am, because I'm really feeling weak at some of my strategy in this. I just find myself at times being maybe a little lazy. So I got another medium flask, and so I am going to take these opportunities to show you that I don't need these small life flasks when I got medium ones. So I'm going to take now the I thought it was a medium flask. I must have misread it. I thought it was a small flask. I don't need. I don't want to leave it empty. I emptied my flask and I didn't even get to enjoy it. That's not very good. Whoa, look at these people coming after me. This is... Leave me alone.
I need more mana.
They're gonna chase me all over the map. There we go. That's a tough one. Level up my raised zombie gem now that I'm level 5. I picked up the scrolls, but I'm not gonna pick up this stuff that's pretty much junk. Now these glyphs, though, like the glyph I just picked up there, it'll tell you that there's uses for those. And there's probably somebody in town I can talk to about it. So I need to drink a little healing. And let's raise some zombies. They should be a little more powerful now that I've leveled my gym up. Now, what I don't understand is I'm hitting W right now, and I'm clicking it. I guess you know. But it seems like there's supposed to be some kind of glitch with them, because there's one that came up. It took it a little while. most tougher opponents, you can see why it really helps having those zombies there. No, let's just let them kill everything. I'm trying to get a little bit more particular about what I'm picking up. There's not a lot of reason to pick up a ton of stuff here at this point. Look at all this mess. Don't let him get behind me. Raise another zombie. Out of mana. Got my mana back. So they burned through my zombies. I'm going to bring them back. Make sure I get this guy out of my way. Oh, I got hit there really hard. All of a sudden.
I need more mana.
I just realized I've been playing the last few minutes with my weaker set. I hadn't had my wand. One trick that I should have told you guys earlier was that you can use the shift key to attack without moving, which is kind of good for these range characters. So if you want to make sure you don't move forward, if you misclick, you can hold down the shift key.
Too much clutter.
At quivers, you almost never want to pick them up unless they're like yellow or something really powerful, because they take up so much space in the inventory. Whoa, there's a lot of junk here. I keep finding myself changing out of my weapon set. I'm not sure why, if I'm accidentally hitting a key to do so. Alright, so I'm going to go here and look at my map again and make sure that I've explored all this area. Looks like I have. I'm seeing some green splotches. I'm starting to believe now that I just entirely missed where you would look to find these important things. Okay, so you'll notice here the Superior Go-High Buckler is yellow. The yellow stuff,
Too much clutter.
You're going to want to make sure you grab that no matter what, because it's probably worth something in when you sell it. So I have to make some decisions. Okay, I got a medium mana flask. That sounds like a good idea. And I'm going to get rid of stuff that's probably the cheapest so that I can bring in this yellow item here. And it's probably not going to be anything useful for me, but one thing I have heard is that you want to identify yellow items, because you'll need that to get the most money for them. And here we go. This has got, you know, some pretty nice stuff in it. One of the things I could do, I believe, is put it in my stash, and then maybe it's a shared stash, and one of my other characters could use it. Or I could sell it or give it to somebody else that they could use some help. Ah, now I got 2 medium mana flasks. I have a dilemma. I can't really swap them out yet. Or else I'll be without any mana backup. So we'll wait for my other mana flask to fill up first. I'm going to look and explore where we see these green things. Yeah, there's another glyph. So here's where I admit that I should have been looking earlier. We'll move along a lot faster once I look at all these green splotches. These are pretty big maps. And I still have more of an exploring kind of feel to them than maybe some of the other games like Torchlight or Diablo series. And that might just because I'm new and haven't learned all the ins and outs of the game. So I'm going to use the mana from the other vial, and then I'm going to raise some zombies because we're getting into some fighting over here, looks like. And again, it seems like that maybe it's because of the beta that there's just sometimes those zombies won't raise. Doesn't seem to be any method or reason why, but just sometimes that's what happens. Ready to level up again, and we're back to our fun skill tree. Where to go, what to do, you know, unlocking that one kind of was like, what do I want to do next? Now, I could choose increased lightning damage, but I don't have any lightning spells, so that would be a skill point probably not worth grabbing. Increased fire damage, now that sounds like something worthwhile. And a chance to really increase the damage I'm doing with my fire. So if I'm going to be a fire mage, might as well be a fire mage for now. And I don't know, we'll see as we play through this about what we can do for respecking and things like that. Okay, so here we're seeing where the glyphs that we find are going to be used here in this wall. So I found one of the glyphs, maybe I found 2 of them. I for sure found one. But as you can see, I got way too much stuff to carry. Be messing around with really going much further until I can get back and, you know, make some money, which in this case you don't make gold, but you do get to level up your character, or you get a barter system is what I meant to say. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. I got this blue waypoint, and then where I can go back to the other area. Explore over this way, because I really would like to find that medicine chest before I go back. And I'm becoming more convinced that it'll show up on the map if I'm looking at the right time. Zombies like to keep coming. What game doesn't have zombies in them now?
I need more mana.
Once again, I'm getting a lot more selective about what I'm going to pick up. And now that I got my big mana thing almost filled up, it'll be safe here in a little bit to swap out the little skinny mana for a medium mana flask. So jump over here, pick up my medium mana flask, swap that out with the little one, so that I can start, you know, holding more. As you can see, mana doesn't seem to be a big issue for me. As far as total mana, I'm starting to see where my spells are using it, and I'm having to go to my flasks quite a bit, but seems like the flasks work pretty well, and they fill it up pretty fast, so I'm not seeing a big need to increase my personal mana capacity. Probably glad I put my spec into damage at this point. And I'm clearly enjoying the fire. Ooh, so these are things you always want to pick up because they're small. Almost like somebody else has been here before. Not sure it was me. But it looks like I've cleared that out pretty good. Again, this map is helpful because you can see where you've been before. And I can start making my way back towards the portal. Portal back into town and drop this stuff off. I'll zoom in a little bit while she's running so you can kind of get a little better look at some of the graphics. And there's our waypoint. And I can pick where I want to go. Back to Lion's Arch. So let's go ahead and run back to this guy, and he's gonna tell us.
I've seen one or two of those skeletal roer myself. Animals don't seem to rise up after death the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool near the mudflats. I know the place stinks to high heaven, but so does the idea of a flock of overactive bird carcasses hungry for a bit of living meat. Clear the place out and deal to whatever's raising those birds, and we'd be in your debt.
Okay, so we saw that, and then there's the strange glyphs ones too, where we're collecting those
Interesting
glyphs.
glyph you got there. Looks about right to fit into that rock wall in the mudflats. Lucky find. I say complete the set, put them in the sockets, and stand well back.
So let's see what they'll sell the small flask for. 1 scroll fragment. I think that's the lowest possible thing that you can get. So let's see, Twig Spirit Shield. Basically the same as that one. Stuff we can't use. Stuff we don't need. Stuff we don't need. Now this is, I'm gonna look kind of to see how much it gives me for that. It's given me quite a bit, and it's really something that's of little value to this character. That's tempting to just go ahead with that and to help this character out and see. But what we'll do instead, let's just, won't take but a second to try it out. We're gonna accept this. I'll say goodbye. I'm gonna go over to my stash over here. Ooh, I got a red item in the stash, so that already tells me that's from another character. I threw that in there, so I can take this shield and drop it in there, and when I play a character that can actually utilize that shield, then they'll be able to pick it up right out of the stash. So it looks like the stash is always a shared stash, and boy, you look like you got plenty of space for right now. So that would encourage you, if you find a really good item and you might
Still alive, are we?
You might need it for another character, not for this one, then go ahead and you know, put it in the stash. that will conclude part 3 of our Let's Play series for The Path of Exile. Please click the like button, and hope you tune in for part 4. Thanks.